Do good bosses exist? Am I overreacting or should I walk? Things started great with my current boss. I've been with the company about 90 days. I'm a senior level sales manager. Even though he was only 25, he seemed like a quite competent VP of sales. He would show his age occasionally, but not in any really negative or harmful ways. However, recently things have started getting weird, and I'm wondering if I'm not being a pushover by staying. Weird thing one, I'm launching a new market for the company. When it came time to find a location and start ramping up, my boss called and asked if he could stay with me for a few days. He said they would be getting a corporate apartment here soon to support frequent visits. I said yes, because I do usually enjoy a house guest and wanted to form a solid relationship. He ended up staying for a week. Now he treats my home like a hotel, and he stayed 21 days over the last 2 months or so. Twice it was over a week that he stayed. None of these times has he given any extra compensation or even bought us dinner. He puts out of the pantry and fridge. I'm assuming he says he eats out of the pantry and fridge. He sits in the family room working and expects me to work with him whenever desired. Sundays and after 11 p.m., for example. He has filled my whiskey decanter 3 times upon arrival as a gift, quote unquote, but has also emptied it himself before he left each time. I've made him grand steak dinners twice that he promised to pay me back for, since Costco doesn't take Amex. But of course he hasn't. This time I mentioned that the visits were putting some stress on my marriage. Yesterday he called me to give me the dates he'd be coming in next month. Weird thing too. About 30 days ago, my boss was in Miami on vacation with his girlfriend. On the second day, I got a call from him asking to borrow money. He said that he had lost his wallet, quote unquote, at the club the night before and needed money to cover the day in Disney he had planned. I'm very tight lately due to a long period of illness and a slow on-ramp financially at this company while I build the market. My pay is largely performance-based. He promised he'd be able to pay back within a couple of days, so I hesitantly went ahead and did it because we had a very positive and trusting relationship so far, and he seemed to be just in a short-term bind. Over the course of his vacation, he hit me up multiple times for a total of almost $500. Now it's been almost a month and he hasn't paid me back. At first, it was a delay getting new cards. After about a week of that, he said he got them and said I'd get money soon. Then a long period of radio silence. The week before last, he again stayed at my house for 8 days, casually mentioning multiple times that he really needed to pay me back. On Wednesday of this week, I started pushing him really hard, knowing I needed the money by Friday if I was going to make my mortgage and student loan payments on time. I even told him directly that's why I had to be so pushy now. He expressed understanding and promised to handle it. Last night, I sent him a series of firm but very professional messages stressing the importance of having the money right away. He didn't respond to that or my 3 phone calls over the course of a 6-hour span. This morning he showed up on the phone for our weekly conference call. Immediately after I started texting him and calling him about the money. And now, 12 hours later, he has yet to respond. Bad boss?
Well, his first mistake was even letting the boss stay there. I would never allow that. So kudos to you to even let it go on that long. But I would have given the boot into a hotel, not into my house.
Yeah, or like an Airbnb or something.
Right.
Yeah.
if the company's paying for it, then the company's paying for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Plain and simple.
Come on.
Especially making you work like when he wants to work on a Saturday and on after 11. That's a big invasion of your personal time. So yes.
Yeah, especially since you're married.
Yeah.
Hello.
Bad boss.
What does the spouse say? So
Well, I'd be kicking you out and putting you on the couch. So
yeah,
you can go
like
stay
your
in
boss so much.
Yep.
Go be their boss. So bad boss. We have our opinion. I think you know our opinion. What's your opinion? Tell us down in the comments. I love this job itself, but this boss and a few coworkers ruin it for me. I know everyone is going to say, find a new job before you quit, especially in this job market. And I've been applying, only had one interview that I might not hear back from, and not heard anything from other jobs. But gosh, all I've ever done is try to show up on time, do this job, and go home. This boss wants everyone to have fun and get along, but when you tell her any type of concern or issue that affects the actual product, she doesn't care and gets nasty. Been here for years and go home in tears. Been here longer than her. I don't know if she hated me because she inherited me from my now retired boss and she didn't get to hire her or promote me, but she is nice on the surface, but seems it has it out for me, especially for some reason because she sends me rude email responses, and when I try to defend myself or call her out, she'll dismiss it or have HR step in for conflict resolution. But they always take her side and act like I'm the problem. Thing is, the amount of times she has called me in the office, she's never written me up because I'm not doing anything wrong. It's just weird personality conflict starting. I really feel like walking out at this point. I have a little savings. I'm not concerned about losing a reference because that ship sailed. I'm really more concerned about having an unemployment gap with future employers because it makes it harder to find a job. Her latest reply to one of my emails today has got me feeling like I'm crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't take that boss anymore. Sorry.
No.
I get. Yes, I mean, find another job before you just bail ship. Because yes, I mean, you don't want that gap. But on the other hand, do you want to stay working for someone that does that kind of crap? You know?
Well, I don't know. Should we try and gaslight our viewers and then, make them sound crazy? Because that's exactly how I feel like this boss is doing. It's all of a sudden, well, I don't really like you, but I'm going to make you seem like you're doing a good job. But then I'm going to complain about you. So,
Yeah, exactly.
horrible boss.
Horrible boss. And that's why
Douchebag.
we're reading Bad Bosses.
Yeah. Douchebag.
Douchebag,
What's our douchebag rater?
I would say a solid 8 on the douchebag radar.
I like that.
I think the first one's a solid 10.
Yep. Sorry, I should have done that.
That's okay.
We're going to douchebag rater number 4.
Douchebag radar. I like that. My boss used to be great. Now I'm in hell every day. Anytime anyone else makes an error with their documentation or files, I get blamed. No matter how it happened and by who, she finds a story to say how I made the mistake, convinces herself it's true, and then tells other people the stories as if they're fact. I've gotten multiple write-ups for mistakes I never made. I had an emergency call last week, an actual emergency, and she has consistently thanked me for never being on my phone for years. There's literally days it never even leaves my bag. I have a 1099 job, so technically this is at my discretion. After my emergency call, She suddenly is obsessed with telling me my phone is distracting me and I'm getting paid to take personal calls, that I need to stop being on my phone so much, and that I am making errors because I'm getting distracted by my phone. What? She shows off to other people by crapping on me. Multiple people have made me aware of this, and it's typically if someone newer is around. Like she tries to bond with these people by telling them how horrible I am at everything. She yells at me and brings up personal things about me, my life, in front of people who have no business knowing my personal business. She tells me very specific ways to do things. I comply, and when she changes her mind, everyone who knows her knows that she is very back and forth. She tells me I effed everything up, did things wrong, misunderstood her, and can't understand basic English, and don't know how to use common sense. Today's drama is I'm now not allowed to laugh at work. If she hears me laugh, it means I'm not working, I'm distracted, and I'm making errors that can cost her the company. The list could go on forever, and I am in the process of quitting. I already quit over 50%, demoted myself and took a huge pay cut that I cannot afford, but honestly, it feels so worth it. I have an interview tomorrow. I'm really hoping to be able to fully quit this place soon. My boss used to be one of the best people I know. She was amazing, and I was constantly telling other people to come work here so that they can have the best boss in the world, and I truly meant it. But she underwent a lot of stressful events over the last year or so, and it seems that it had drastically changed her personality. And for some reason, all of that anger and blame falls onto me. I have developed an ulcer, a heart condition, high cholesterol, and high blood pressure, all within the last year as well. Whether or not it's related to this insane work stress is up for debate. Thanks for letting me rant about all my work drama.
Okay, I'm going to start this off by you're being misclassified because legally a 1099 contractor or an employee cannot have its boss tell you you can't laugh. They can only tell you they can dictate the final result of your work, and they cannot manage your daily behavior, office etiquette, or personality. Douchebag boss, 10.
10. Yeah, I mean, 1099. Yes, a company can hire a 1099 employee, but they are not actual employees. It sounds like this person needs to be an actual employee where they get benefits, they get paid time off, they get all of those employee benefits.
The control rule is the more rules a client sets on how you act, dress, behave while working, the more the law views you as a W-2 employee.
That makes sense.
Yep. That's why I will say it again. Douchebag 10.
Douchebag 10. Abso-freaking-lutely. Big 10. I need you to get better. You're scaring me not knowing that. I need you to be more ZYZ. All things I heard from the worst boss in history. Worked my hardest at this job, did a good job, and tried to learn everything. Should not knowing where some items belong be the end of the world? Well, it was for this idiot. Let me rewind. I have this boss. They've been increasingly getting more hostile to me. A few other coworkers, and even customers lately. Everything I do is a problem. In their eyes. It's like I'll do 19 things right and one wrong. They'll remember the one and bring it up to me a million times and beat me over the head with it. Anyways, his boss sees the worst in their employees, constantly demanding more and more and more. This demon has no concept of life outside this small job. I have very good self-awareness and am super hard on myself, so I know when I'm screwing up. I am not on this job. I'm restocking, helping customers, cash register, garbage man, everything. Never once complained. But I don't know where everything is for the customers, and that's a problem? I tried to stand up for myself today because I didn't appreciate how the boss makes it seem as if I am a lazy employee or screw stuff up. So after one of their BS rants, I let him have it. And I explained how I have a lot of other things going on, and remembering where everything is in a place I work once a week is not my top priority right now. I'm there less than part-time, and there is no understanding of that. When I'm there, I give it my all. When I'm not, I forget about the dang place. Simple. I think it's funny how half a dozen people have left in the last year, and it's a smaller staff. The boss demon still doesn't change their ways of degrading and just being rude to everyone. This person is such a subhuman. They have a shouting match at our oldest employee one day after I left in front of everyone. That turned into a complete verbal assault on the boss's part. Has anyone ever had a boss like this? It's such bizarre behavior from someone older than me, and I feel like I'm the adult in most convos with this ass. So, I don't think I've ever had one that bad, but maybe pretty close.
I've been sitting in restaurants and I've heard bosses like this all the time, and I think it's not good for morale in the company. It's not good for employees, and employees don't want to work in an environment like that. So I'm also going to give this boss a douchebag of a rating of 10.
10. Definitely 10. Definitely a 10. And especially like you're there once a week. You're not there every single day. And if, I don't know how long, I can't remember how long they said they've been working there, but like, let's say you've been there for 2 months, you're not going to know where everything is. You've been there 8 times if you've been there for 2 months, and come on.
Right.
You're just not going to know that stuff.
It takes me that long when I move it somewhere new, trying to get somewhere I've never been before. So even just going in one time a week wouldn't make me remember where everything is. So it's like, chill out, dude.
Yeah. Take a chill pill, as we used to say in the
80s and 90s.
I think we just showed our age.
Well, that's okay.
Oh well, take a chill pill.
It was 1990 something.
Yeah. It was 1990 something. So, yeah, definitely a 10 on the old boss douche-meter. I work for a construction company as a project manager. My friend from youth referred and got me the job. He was one of 2 managers in the company, and above them was the company owner. Before I joined the story, I was told nothing in writing was the company owners looking to hand over the company to employees through profit-sharing schemes and eventually buying him out. My contract had a 6-month performance remuneration review clause and 12 months after that. After 6 months, I got nice 22% raise. I was doing good work and could be trusted delivering projects up to $3 million. After that, things turned. I continued delivering more jobs, at one point $1 million a month revenue job with patchy staffing that barely spoke English and a moody foreman that would decide not to show up randomly and relatively frequently. Anyways, delivered that job on time, budget, and minimal safety concerns, client happy. At the end of this job, it was 2 years in the company, 1.5 years since pay raise, none was forthcoming. Roll into 2024 and 2025, work in the company slows down, so the staff, me included, get told to button up, skimp on tools because the company doesn't have enough jobs to sustain a profit. So everyone does so, doesn't ask for any pay increases as we're all grateful for our jobs. Come into 2025, 3.8 years, jobs are picking up again and everyone is now beginning to ask for pay increases. Still none are forthcoming. I asked my friend manager what the story was with shares, etc. He plainly said, "I'm waiting, but while I am making sure I'm being looked after." That came as a bit of a shock. Throughout the years, the second manager, not my friend, was a douche to most staff, talking down at staff, disrespectful, condescending tones, lots of micromanagement. Just a pain to deal with. I was mostly immune from this based on boundaries I set. This manager was the one that priced the biggest job in the company that I was delivering, $10 million plus. He decided not to do a clean project handover when we started the job, and through the information he retained, he kept micromanaging the job in patches and started forcing me with the crews to do things a certain way, with no logic. There were a few times where I pushed back and tried to communicate that there were more cost-effective ways to do work. His response was, "I'm telling you to do this. Are you going to do it or refuse?" If I refused, I'd be on grounds for a disciplinary based on our company policies. I silent quit and started looking for jobs, which I found in a couple of months. When I told my friend, who was one of two managers, I was shocked about what he told me. Basically, he tried selling me on the opportunity of staying and how he just kept asking for more money when projects he oversaw did well, including my projects. Recently, he got a mega raise. The owner hoped would keep him in the company for several more years. I found out the other manager also got big increases in remuneration. I was shocked. Here we were, the middle to lower levels of the company, grafting hard with less resources with the fear of losing our jobs based on the poor performance of the company, based on the stories these two managers fed everyone, and they were creaming it regardless of the company's bottom line performance. When the owner heard about me wanting to leave, he offered me a massive 30-cent percent pay rise, a profit share in the low single digits, but with bonding time frame. Apparently, he always wanted to give me a raise, but was lazy, and the clients were all impressed with my work. I told him the staff on the ground needed to be paid better and have better performance-based incentives rather than just hourly wages. To my surprise, secretly, he gave those bonuses to a select one or two supervisors that I had suspected based on time saved. Apparently, the managers didn't even know about these bonuses. I felt disgusted, like I was being bought after 0 pay raises in 3.5 years and working in a stressful environment with 0 support. The structural issues I raised about disrespectful behavior, micromanagement, brinkmanship, all of it was ignored in that offer. I resigned the next day. I have another offer already signed with a better company, same pay, less hours with a clear and consistent company structure. Well, lesson learned. Number 1, know how raises happen at the company you're at. Some you need to keep asking and show your value constantly. I mistakenly thought hard work and good performance would guarantee pay raises. Number 2, at work, people are out for themselves, so look out for your own interests. Don't expect friends to look out for you. TLDR, management gave no pay raises or did any performance reviews for 3.5 years of good, hard work, while they creamed it at the top. They panicked when I resigned and counteroffered 37% pay raise with profit sharing, 5 million profit in good years. I declined it.
Douche meter 10.
For which one? You mentioned 3 of them in there.
Okay, the last one we were just reading about not giving your employees, good employees, pay raises, but then giving your management those pay raises. Come on. Give the good, hardworking employees the money that they deserve. And don't be a douche company and pay somebody less to save a buck.
Yeah, exactly. That's ridiculous. Yep. I say for all 3 of those people, they are big 10 douches.
Bad boss, douche.
Bad boss douche.
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 I sound like I have my routine in, which
Douche.
I don't.
10s. I've been working under an awful manager for 2 years, and it has been destroying my mental health. I can't do it anymore. But I don't have another job to go to, so I don't know what to do. The guy loses his mind at me for asking clarifying questions, for having opinions, or for pointing out things he says that are wrong when I believe he's mistaken. Everyone else that he manages just learns to stay quiet and let him be the way he is. But I just can't. Our work involves interpreting policies and laws, and it has to be collaborative, and there has to be room for discussion. But with him, there is none. We are not unionized, so that doesn't help, and we are paid fairly well. Plus, most of the rest of my team is younger than me and probably doesn't realize just how inappropriate his lash outs are. But to me, it's absolutely unacceptable. He has a boss, but she's very passive, and I just don't think she'll care. I also don't think HR will care, and I do think involving either of his boss or HR would just end up making my life more miserable. But it's affecting my mental health so badly that it's also affecting my physical health. My question is, what can I do? Even in the interim before I find another job. Is there any legal issue here? I'm in Canada. I just feel very stuck, especially with things being so expensive these days. And I'm single, so don't have anyone to help with bills or anything, but I really can't take it anymore. Well, if Canada's anything like the US, I mean, if you don't feel like HR is going to help you, that's a problem.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
Because yes, they are there for the company, but they are also there for you because they are supposed to know what you can do and what the company has policies for, and they're supposed to help you meet in the middle. But it sounds like they won't do that for this person.
Most of the time, I think HR is just there to fill a warm butt seat, and they act smart, but they know nothing.
That sounds about right. Well, that sounds about right. So, I mean, you can't even ask any clarifying questions. Like, if you don't know exactly what they're asking for, you can, like, just say, so you need me to do this, or he'll get mad. He or she. He. Yeah, he has a boss.
I'm going to give the douche meter 9, because if you're not happy, though, and you can't find anything, then in your spare time, start a better version of what you're good at.
Oh, yeah.
Because most of the time, everyone's like, well, I'm stuck at a job. Well, that's true for the short term. In the long term, if you want to make a difference, start something.
Yep. In your spare time after work, just go home, and if you're really good at something, I mean, whatever job you're doing now, if you can do a better job yourself, start something. I know it takes capital, I know it takes time, I know it takes money, but I mean, everybody started somewhere. So
Right.
if you're really stuck and you really don't have any other prospects, that's the way to go.
Yeah, because that'll save you a lot of heartache and stress and high blood pressure in the long run.
Oh yeah, very true.